Kebbi State government donates vehicles for enhanced security at construction site of Sokoto Badagry Superhighway project. And Young Progressives Party ratifies expulsion of lawmaker from Anambra State. Hello and welcome to the evening news at 11 on NTA News 24. My name is Justin Bemnyi. Governors elected on the platform of the All Progressives Congress have reaffirmed their commitment to people-centered governance, strengthening security and promoting unity across the country. They made this pledge as they concluded a two-day strategic meeting of the Progressive Governors Forum in Lagos. Joy Ken Abakboya reports.
Hosted by Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and chaired by the Governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, APC governors gathered in Lagos for a two-day meeting to review the nation's political, economic and security situation and strengthen alignment with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda.
The Progressive Governors Forum commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his steadfast commitment to stabilizing the economy, strengthening national security, and laying the foundation of a sustainable growth through the renewed hope agenda. The forum noted ongoing efforts at food security, power sector improvement, transport and infrastructure upgrades, social investment, and support for productive enterprises, and pledged to align state policies to maximize the benefits of these reforms for citizens in every ward.
On security, the forum applauded improved coordination among security agencies and resolved to strengthen community-based security structures, intelligence gathering, and early response mechanism across states.
Governors reiterated that safety of lives and property remains a non-negotiable obligation of government. The forum resolved to continue strengthening community-based security initiatives, intelligence gathering, conflict prevention mechanisms, and support for victims of violence and disaster. The forum underscores the importance of social cohesion, interfaith harmony, and inter-ethnic understanding, and urged all the leaders to use their voices and platforms to promote unity, moderation, and respect while isolating criminality and hate speech.
The progressive governors expressed confidence in Nigeria's future and urged citizens to remain peaceful and hopeful as the year draws to a close. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abakboya, NTA News.
An Alpha Jet aircraft belonging to the Nigerian Air Force goes down a few kilometers away from Karabonde town in Borgo local government area of Niger State. The preliminary report indicates that the aircraft went down this evening during a routine operation and two pilots on board ejected successfully before the jet crashed. The crash occurred in an isolated area far from residential settlements. As a result, no houses were affected and no lives were lost. Meanwhile, the chief of the air staff, Air Marshal Sunday Aneke, has praised the pilots for their courage, discipline and sound judgment, which prevented loss of life, directing the immediate constitution of a board of inquiry to investigate the incident. The Nigerian Air Force reassures the public of its unwavering commitment to stringent safety standards and operational excellence. Now, the Chief of the Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waide Shaibu, has called on the military to redouble their efforts in restoring peace across the country by taking the fight directly to bandits and terrorists. The Chief of Army Staff gave the directive during the passing out parade and piping ceremony of cadets of the Executive Commission Course 2 2025 at the Nigerian School of Infantry, Jaji. Haruna Mohammed reports.
Unamabu Parade Ground Jaji came alive as families, senior officers, and invited guests gathered to witness the passing out of the Executive Commission Course 2/2025. Reviewing officer and the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu, inspects the parade satisfied with the high standard of training displayed by the cadets. General Shaibu, in his address, congratulated the newly commissioned officers, reminding them that their elevation comes with greater responsibility, discipline, and loyalty to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and urged them to lead by example, uphold professionalism, and remain committed to the ongoing counterterrorism and internal security operations across the country.
I charge you all to stand by the oath you will take, carry out your respective duties with determination and empathy while upholding the core values of the Nigerian Army.
Highlights of the event include pace, stick, and silent drills depicting discipline, mental alertness, demonstrating agility and mission success. The symbolic peeping and oath of allegiance administered to the cadets officially marked their transition from the training with a charge to stay alert and ensure the defeat of the enemies of peace across troubled parts of the country.
With this commissioning, the Nigerian Army has added up to its manpower and leadership base as the officers prepare to take up positions at units and formations nationwide.
The Chief of Army Staff also commissioned the Department of Land Warfare or Gaming Center, Jaji, to complement tactical planning of the military operations. Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
In a strategic move to national infrastructure advancement and ensuring the safety of workers, the Kebbi State government has donated 10 brand new Hilux vehicles to enhance security operations along the Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway. Usman Zubairu reports that the vehicles were received by the Minister of State for Works, Bello Mohammed Goroyo, at Kebbi State Government House in Birnin Kebbi.
The Sokoto-Badagry Superhighway, envisioned as one of the Nigerian's transformative road networks, is expected to improve trade, open new economic corridors, and link key northern and southern regions. So far, significant progress has been recorded within the Kebbi State axis, which includes 64 kilometers of right-of-way, over 30 kilometers of earthworks completed, 4 kilometers of concrete dual carriageway. In addition, 5 kilometers of solar street lights have already been installed. With construction activities drawing large workforce and heavy equipment in motion, maintaining robust security remains a top priority. This brand new vehicle will significantly enhance the efficiency of security personnel deployed across the project area.
We have of good people and the government of Kebbi State, so I want to hand over this to you.
The Minister of State for Works, Bello Goroyo, described the intervention as timely, noting that the project scope requires constant mobility, rapid response capacity, and strengthened patrol presence to curb threats. He expressed appreciation to the Kebbi State government and affirmed the project resolved to deliver the highway to world-class standards. The gesture has been widely hailed as a proactive step capable of boosting staff morale, improving response time, and strengthening the overall security architecture surrounding one of the Nigerian's most ambitious road projects. Usman Zubairu, NTA News.
Now, as the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence get to day 12, Africa's leading voices of inclusion and child rights Africa Women Conference are also increasing the voice to ending digital abuse against women and girls across the continent and beyond, challenging harmful norms and creating a culture where everyone is safe, valued, and free from violence. Oluseyi Adeagbo reports that the advocacy resonated during a sideline engagement at the recently concluded AWC 2025 in Accra, Ghana.
In a statement from the United Nations Women, the organization warns that as technology increasingly shapes daily human interactions, it is simultaneously being weaponized in new and disturbing ways to harm women and girls.
Stop it. Unite. to end digital violence against all women and girls.
The campaign signature is orange, a bright and hopeful symbol representing a future free from violence against women and girls.
Virtual attack is no longer virtual, it is real and require urgent public safety issue for the safety of women and girls in Nigeria. What I can advise is that the campaign should go beyond the 16 days window to ensure that it continues so that we keep gathering the momentum, because through this campaign, over 30,000 victims have been able to get support.
In alignment with the 2025 16 days of activism, the African Women Conference assembled gender advocates from across the continent who raised deep concern about the growing threats of digital violence.
At AWC, we believe that government must treat online violence the same way they treat offline violence. Investment must be made in digital education so that our women and girls will ensure that they have all the necessary information to report, because without this crime being reported, it is difficult for people to get the support that they need.
Unite with our mothers and fathers to stop digital violence.
Aisha Audu added a voice to the growing campaign to end all forms of violence against women across the continent of Africa. The Boundless Crusade by Africa Women Conference has immeasurably complemented the quest for gender rights and equity in the continent. Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
Artists, filmmakers and storytellers are lending their voices to the fight against gender-based violence, using the power of creative expression to raise awareness and spark dialogue. At this year's Beta Arts Festival, participants gathered for an interactive session themed Connected Voices. The forum brought together key stakeholders who examined fresh strategies for preventing gender-based violence, with particular attention on the growing threat of cyberbullying.
When we use our platform to advocate for change, we take concrete steps towards a more equitable society.
Not just the creative, but the creative and cultural sector. These sectors are sectors that pull in a lot of people and can be used to change societal norms, to change attitudes and behaviors for better.
So for me, I believe that, when you're talking about ending gender-based violence, how do you tell the story to a normal person who believes that, oh, boys don't cry and women are meant to cry? How do you interpret violence to someone who doesn't understand online-based violence? How do you use skits? How do you use, narratives that shape those nomenclatures? And I think that's a very powerful tool that Nigeria needs to explore.
We have over 10 African countries who are participating this year, and we hope that it's going to continue to grow. But apart from that, we also have industry sessions where we equip people in the creative industry with opportunities. And some of such sessions are, we're having AI as a creative collaborator.
The session was organized in partnership with the National Assembly Library, reinforcing the role of art, education, and public institutions in driving social change. You're watching the late news at 11 and NTA News 24. We now take a break. Obey Park in a moment to stay with us.
Legendary final sale of the year is here. This festive season, enjoy extra savings on luxury and comfortable sofa sets, modern and functional dining sets, sophisticated and smart bed sets, and our royal collections, classy, premium, and truly exclusive. Shop 10 million Naira and receive a complimentary Daisy tea set. Spend 15 million and take home a 65-inch smart TV. Go higher at 20 million and experience unmatched comfort with our exclusive massage chair. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online. It's big, it's bold, it's unforgettable. It's Baffy Furniture's legendary final sale of the year.
And the National Productivity Order of Merit Award goes to... The only tomato
paste manufacturer to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the Federal Government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness, great quality and great taste. So eat healthy to live longer. Use Erisco tomato paste and products. 100% natural tomato. Better food now. Buy now and enjoy up to 20% discount. Erisco tomato paste, the taste of Nigeria.
Feel the power of precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News 24.
Now, the Young Progressives Party has ratified the expulsion of the federal lawmaker representing Nnewi North, Nnewi South, and Ekusigo constituency, Uzokwe Peter, over alleged anti-party activities. Although Representative Uzokwe declares his expulsion as null and void, saying that he was never given a fair hearing. The decision was taken at the party's 24th National Executive Committee meeting held in Abuja, where leaders converged to address rising internal tensions, recent defections, and concerns about shrinking opposition space nationwide. Uzokwe's expulsion, originally announced by the National Working Committee, was unanimously upheld after the NEC reviewed multiple petitions and verified video evidence of alleged anti-party conduct. Addressing the media after the NEC meeting, National Publicity Secretary Egbeola Martins condemned the lawmaker's statement as false, misleading, and a deliberate act of sabotage against the party.
And cohesion. What we want is discipline, and if you don't have such characters, then you have no any business with the party. I'm waiting for their letter, and let me make it clear. I will never take YPP to court. I said never on this issue.
The NEC also lauded the appointment of former Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa as Minister of Defense, describing him as a round peg in a round hole. NEC moved to strengthen its national structure by electing 7 officers to fill long-standing vacancies in line with the Electoral Act 2022. The party urged the new officers to serve with diligence, integrity, and unwavering commitment to the ideals of the Young Progressives Party. Now, the Niger Delta Forum has called on the federal government to review some portions of the Petroleum Industry Act so that the sole aim of the act will be achieved. In a news conference, President of the Forum says if the needed review is implemented, the Niger Delta region will be grateful to the federal government.
That so many board of trustees and management committees in various OML have not been able to award jobs, have not been able to utilize money that is meant for the development of the oil producing community since the inception of the PIA, because the settlor have not been able to provide the matrix, the sharing matrix for the various communities. So you have money lying fallow in banks that cannot be used by the board of trustees or management committee of the various OML.
The forum also implored the federal government to revive all ports in the region and advised the governors to channel the derivation funds to other critical sectors of the economy. Now, the blocked canal at the terminus of the newly constructed pipeline road Romoke-Ada George in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, is now a source of worry to residents as the canal is solely causing major flooding in parts of the metropolis and beyond. Residents, while acknowledging the transformative strides of Governor Sim Fubara, say an urgent and proper drainage of the area is a panacea that can avert the 2012 flood experience in the state. At the adjoining canal is severely blocked, impeding the free flow of water. This obstruction has caused water to back up onto the surface of the newly constructed road, leading to accelerated erosion and hazardous conditions for surrounding buildings, motorists and pedestrians alike within the metropolis. Residents call on the federal and state agencies responsible for flood mitigation to desil the canal to restore proper drainage and prevent water overflow onto the newly constructed roads.
Blocked. Water will not flow down. It's going to return back. And most of the new roads that we're thanking the governor for right now, the water will return back and cause erosion.
Got to a point where a lot of people decided to sell off their properties at little or nothing. And then the roads, the empty lands, everybody wanted to leave.
Before now, there was no economic activity here. The security here was terrible. But with the construction of the road, life is better now. People are happy. People are doing their jobs very well. There is nice life here now going on. And we thank the governor saying that he should come and do the desilting of the road, because this drainage or these big gutters is extended to about 11 communities. And these 11 communities has adjoining roads linked to this gutter. So if this gutter is being desilted, it will help also sustain the good road that the governor has done.
The Reclaim Her Global Summit brought together visionary women entrepreneurs to harness collaboration and drive impact. The summit, part of the 16 Days Activism 2025, celebrates women making a difference in their communities and beyond. Shehu Mohammed Dati reports.
Focus on the theme, raising a generation that rejects silence and embraces talent. The summit serves as a platform for women to connect, learn and grow together, exploring the power of women's voices and the impact of collaboration on driving positive change.
And when I eventually found my voice, I saw it as a way to use my pain and trauma as a stepping stone to help other women. It's not for me to stay in that trauma. And that is what led to my organization, Better Bell Foundation, where I provide free education to over 400 children, also daily meals and psychosocial support. And also, it bets this summit you are seeing, so that we'll ensure that no woman is silenced. This summit came about to ensure that women speak up, they own their truth, they speak, they tell the truth, they own their truth, and they ensure that they own their story.
The finalists advocated for women to rise, be productive, and voice against reluctance and reliance for survival.
The essence of this summit is for women to understand and own themselves. That as an individual, when you know yourself and you can really present yourself as an individual, if violence is coming to you, you can resist it, because we are all humans before gender comes to play.
It's not about just feminism in itself or gathering women to become disobedient to their husbands. No, we're looking at women that are able to say no to violence and also to make them understand that they have a choice.
The participants' takeaway is about choosing for themselves beyond societal expectations. Every woman has a voice, a story, and a future. Women need to stand to achieve success. In Abuja, Shehu Mohammed Dati, NTA News.
Now, effective grassroots governance is driven by youth participation and inclusivity of sports to enhance productivity. All Progressives Championship candidate for Kuje Area Council in the forthcoming elections, Danjuma Samuel Sheko, stated this after the kickoff of the annual football competition for inmates at the Kuje Medium Custodial Center, tagged Pastor Hilary Chukuma Unity Cup. While declaring the tournament open, the Kuje Area Council APC chairmanship candidate, flanked by the Comptroller of Corrections, Peter Jen, conveners Pastor Hilary Chukuma and engineer Eze Tochuku. The 8 participating teams and other football enthusiasts said reformative programs like this, designed for inmates of correctional facilities, foster unity.
Game of unity, foster unity among Nigerians. I appreciate them very much for the gift they have brought for these young Nigerians that are behind the bar, and I think this will go a long way to encourage them to feel very important in the society. It's a source of encouragement to them.
Anytime they are playing football, it's everybody, their mental state changes because they are, at that time, they are agile, they are happy seeing something. So that is the essence of why we do it.
I believe that irrespective of their inmates, they are still our brothers. And we must, in one way or the other, let them know they are not rejected and they are still part of us.
Additionally, building physical and emotional mindset, they reiterated, remains a cardinal motivation for a positive mental attitude needed to transform inmates, energize them to achieve more in vocational skill acquisition, and encourage learning that would enhance a better life when reintegrated into society after serving out their jail term. This is where the news ends. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Justin Bemu. You do have a good night rest.